This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Most of you listening right now are probably multitasking. Yep, while you're listening to me talk, you're probably also driving, cleaning, exercising, maybe even grocery shopping. But if you're not currently operating some kind of moving vehicle, there's something else you could be doing right now that's easy and could save you money right from your phone. Getting an auto quote from Progressive Insurance. Drivers who save by switching to Progressive save nearly $750 on average. Plus, auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. There are discounts for having multiple vehicles on your policy, being a homeowner, and more. And just like your favorite podcast, Progressive will be with you 24/7, 365 days a year, so you're protected no matter what. So multitask right now. Quote your car insurance at progressive.com to join over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Yes, fortunately, no people were injured.
That falls into that's a switch column.
Well, for now, but my guess is that this werewolf will be back at next month's full moon.
What about tonight's full moon?
Pardon?
Well, last night was the night before the full moon, traditionally known as the night before the full moon.
Meaning the accepted legend that werewolves only prowl during a full moon might be erroneous.
Or it could be a crock.
Well, unless the werewolf was using last year's almanac.
Looks like Giles has some schooling to do.
Yes, I must admit, I am intrigued. The werewolves, it's one of the classics. I'm sure my books and I are in for a fascinating afternoon.
Hello, and welcome back to Buffering the Vampire Slayer. Once more with spoilers, a podcast where we are watching and discussing each and every episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer one at a time for the second time, this time with spoilers. Thank you, Thigh Master. I'm Jenny Owen Youngs.
Jenny, how do you think people are going to look at me once they find out I'm gay? I'm Kristin Russo, and today we're discussing Season 2, Episode 15, Phases.
Phases was written by Rob Desautels and Dean Batali, was directed by Bruce Seth Green, no relation, and it originally aired on January 27th, 1998.
Just 1 week after Buffy the Vampire Slayer turned 17.
And 18 years ago to the day, but yesterday.
Oh, right, that this episode airs. Great. We'd love to hit an anniversary. You know, I think the press is really going to be covering 18 years plus 1 day on Phases. This is the one where, according to Jenny Owen Youngs, she didn't write the episode description. So
I felt it spoke for itself.
Sure. This is the one where men are animals. Cain is hunting werewolves because he can't kill elephants. Giles doesn't understand that teens make out. Cordelia and Willow are teaming up against Xander, and we love to see it. And Oz is a werewolf. Oz is a werewolf, you know? Woo!
This is also the one where, dear Lord, we're going to wear out the patriarchy jingle.
Yeah.
I know it's a digital file, but I feel like Cain will find a way through repetition to somehow degrade this digital file from overuse.
This is also the one where Larry is gay. He's gay.
What?
He feels so much better. He said it out loud. Wow.
So happy for him.
Me too.
Oh, hey. Well, even though we just spoiled for you what happens in this episode, most vitally that Larry comes out, let me warn you about spoilers. Into every generation, a spoiler warning is born. We alone wield the strength and skill to discuss things from any of the following sources. All 7 seasons of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, all 5 seasons of Angel the TV series, all of the related canonical Dark Horse comics. Also, probably any comics that aren't canonical that we might feel like talking about. Also, anything that currently exists inside of the Buffyverse or right next to it, including Go Ask Malice, the Faith Chronicles, and anything that may be announced or released as we go. If you're watching the show for the first time and you don't want to be spoiled, you're not ready to be spoiled, first of all, go back in time about 4 minutes before Kristin told you everything that happens in this episode. And then also go back even further in time and listen to our spoiler-free coverage of this episode, which originally aired on May 3rd, 2017.
To be fair, Jenny, I don't think any of our episodes were spoiler-free for the episode we were discussing. So I didn't spoil.
Oh, right.
I didn't really spoil anything, even from
that was silly.
Before times. We also, in our first run of covering Buffy, wrote and recorded original songs for each and every episode. At the end of today's conversation, we're going to play you the song for Phases. It is called Phases. It's a fan favorite. It's Joanna Robinson's favorite song.
Unbelievable.
It's a delight. And then after, we're going to talk about it.
I can't wait.
I can't wait either, except for you have to wait, Jenny, because we have a lot.
Yeah, give us about an hour and a half to yap.
Talk about, okay, first of all, you said 5 seasons of Angel, the TV series, and I can't contain myself any further.
Shocking revelation.
I forgot to read. So LaToya does wonderful, brilliant, beautiful show notes for every episode for us. And I usually read them well before we record it. And I forgot to read them. So I read them just before we hit record on our microphones here. And it was revealed to me that the actor who is playing Cain is the same actor who plays Sajan in the television series Angel. If you listen to Angel on Top, you will know that I famously
your boyfriend
have a huge crush on Sajan, who LaToya says, yes, the love of Kristin's life, despite the fact that Sajan's nemesis is a baby.
Yeah. There's a lot of really, excuse my language, but I'm trying to match Larry's level of objectification here. There's a lot of succulent man meat to choose from over on Angel the series. You
have Charles Gunn, which
you've got Charles Gunn. Hard stop. Check that tux, check that bod. Sign me up for the gun squad. Did someone say golden god? I'm all in on the gun squad. Game boy playing, Himbo King. Sign me up for the gun squad. Even when he's curmudgeoning, I'm all in on the gun squad. Bang, bang. Little Charles gonna shoot his shot. Bang, bang. Cracking skulls up and down the block. Bang, bang. Got a smile that make the panties drop. Bang, bang. Gun squad, gun squad. You've got Throat Scar Wesley.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
You've got Lindsay. You've got hot little floppy-haired evil lawyer boy.
No, I fucking love Lindsay. You don't have to talk Lindsay. I love all of these. Here's the thing. You know how
you've got Lorne, if that's what you're into.
You know how you talk about Riley and it's run away from you, and so now people are like Jenny Owen Youngs, who would do anything and everything for Riley, her number one
lay down my life.
Truest love. That's sort of what happened with me and Sajan. I love Sajan. I do love Sajan, and I have a crush on Sajan, okay? But I would clearly choose Charles Gunn over literally any man in the world.
But what about Skip?
Skip? Oh, Skip! I love Skip, but not in a sexual manner.
His heel turn kind of ruins things, takes the shine off. But before his heel turn...
Yeah. No, Skip's great, but not sex. I don't find Skip sexy. Skip isn't
all right,
sexy.
To each their own.
Yeah. You can keep Skip, and listen, Throat Scar Wesley is hot, but not particularly for me. I think you can keep. I will take Lila Morgan.
You can't have Lila Morgan because she's already at my place.
Oh. Wow. Okay. Fine. Then I will take Lindsay. You can have.
Oh, we each get an evil lawyer.
Yeah. Everyone needs one evil lawyer. But yeah, Sajan. And now I have to reconcile my crush on Sajan with the fact that he's also Cain, who I have maybe never hated anyone more.
When I've
Cain.
finally hopped on the wiki to look at the guests in this episode and see what else they were in, it was such a relief to see that this man was Sajan, because it was eating me alive the whole episode. I was like, this man is so familiar. Oh, it's killing me. Like an itch you can't quite reach. But then Wikipedia scratched it for me, and I feel better.
I luckily LaToya scratched that itch for me, which also seems like
All
none
hail.
of anyone's business.
I mean, that's between you guys. That's honestly, I'm gonna put in a call to HR after this taping. But is there anything that we need to talk about before we dive into this episode? Anything outside of Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Oh, I was like, anything except for the werewolf costumes, which I think won Emmys, Oscars, and they actually are EGOTs. The werewolf costumes are EGOTs.
Party City Werewolf. Party City Werewolf. Somebody in the Discord said that they wanted their She's 45. They wanted my She's 45 song from, I think, the last Watcher's Diary to be their ringtone. And I'm prepared for Kristin to make that happen.
Jenny, regardless of the 45 of it, the werewolf... we're going to talk about the werewolf costumes more. Maybe, I don't know. My mind is, this is Rob Deshotel who directed this.
Bruce Seth Green directed.
Oh,
Okay. Rob Deshotel and Dean Patali wrote.
Okay, so Bruce Seth Green, I would love a sit-down chat, and I would love to just talk about the decision to fully light this werewolf and give this werewolf reaction shots. Like, fucking the entire scene between Angelus and the werewolf, where it's back and forth, just as though
I was delighted to see the werewolf blinking in some of those reaction shots. That was pretty sick. And even though I don't know how much mobility the snout actually has, it felt like there were moments when it was actually snarling actively.
Really? Because I thought it was just stuck in one permanent snarl.
Is the werewolf my crush?
I just want to be on set when he's more werewolf. Get as many lights as possible. Can we see every contour?
Yeah.
Can we light the werewolf from behind? Yes, do it. Go for it. I just want to know. I want to understand. Anyway, outside of Buffy, is there anything we need to talk about? That sounds like a leading question, Jenny. Is there? Jenny's eyes got giant sized.
Who, me?
Yeah. What do you got?
Just as you signed on to Zoom to begin our taping, I had a different Pro Tools session open. I was arranging. I was working on a choir arrangement of a song, and I just wanted to report into the group that though I've had some dark nights of the soul trying to figure out how to arrange a song for a choir, I think I have turned a corner. I think I might know what I'm doing a little bit. I might know enough to almost know what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean?
I just feel like
I gotta grab these victories because I've been feeling quite low lately. And when something good happens, I have to dig my fingers into its matted lupine fur.
Wow. Didn't see lupine hitting us before the 20-minute mark here. Incredible.
And to hold on for dear life. Do you have any recent victories, Kristin?
No, I'm so happy that something is cheering you up in these damn cold nights, Jenny.
Wow.
Jenny was...
I just am trying to figure out this life, Kristin.
Jenny was working on her choir job when I signed on to Zoom. And behind the scenes, often, Jenny will sign into Zoom but not put her headphones on. She'll be doing other things. And so usually when I've signed on, but she didn't know that I had signed on. And so I just heard Avril Lavigne, but coming from Jenny Owen Young's, which is not uncommon, to be fair. And I was just singing along here in upstate New York, jamming out. And I just feel like the people deserve something, a recording of some kind.
We'll see if I can get it together. You know, it's truly shocking. Buffy the Vampire Slayer stopped airing on May 20th, 2003. Avril Lavigne Let Go came out June 4th, my wife's birthday, 2002. So there was a whole almost year. There was basically a year minus a week.
Uh-huh.
That they could have gotten Avril to play the bronze. They could have used an Avril song in the show.
I don't know. That's big. I mean, I feel
What's
like
big?
like Avril at that moment was like epically big. I don't know if even Buffy the Vampire Slayer could have gotten her. I mean, I guess they got Michelle Branch, but Michelle Branch
I guess it depends what label she was on.
Oh, yeah. But also, like, don't you feel like Michelle Branch probably the biggest name? I mean, that's debatable, right? Because you have, like, the Breeders and, but I feel like a lot of the big names that played the Bronze are big names for people who like music in a particular way, whereas, like, Avril Lavigne is sort of like massive pop hit.
I think Michelle Branch, though, is in that same
Michelle
category.
Branch comes the closest, but I don't know that Michelle Branch was ever as big as... yeah, maybe you're right.
All right. Anyway.
Those are my big thoughts for this episode are really just, oh my God, the werewolf costume. And oh my God, Oz and Willow, obviously just like, if you're a Buffy fan that like Oz and Willow's relationship is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And we love it so much. But getting to like go and experience it again, I am reminded how much I love the two of them as a pair. They are just so great. And Seth Green it's just such a delight. Like, what a joy that we got him.
Oh yeah,
on this show. He is just killing it, even with his black hair. His hair is a different color for this. Is it just the one, or is there one more where his hair is dark? I mean, it's a very short span.
No. It's already been dark.
Really?
Yeah, it was like true black back when they were at the job fair.
Oh,
and now it's like
fading.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't mention it then. I guess I just missed it then. But this is because he had just filmed Austin Powers, which, a film for our times back in 1998. Truly as massive as Avril Lavigne, as massive as Michelle Branch. You decide. Jenny, I have something related to this moment that we first see Oz, and also the fact that Willow and Oz are discussing in the cold open the fact that they just went to see a movie. Oz is like, yeah, movies are, like popcorn. A lot of movies these days are like popcorn. You kind of like forget them after you like are done watching them. You forget them, even though he remembers the popcorn. And I was like, what did they see? And we may have done this in our original coverage, but I did look up the top movies in the week of January 23rd to January 29th, 1998. And without anything, Jenny, I'm wondering if you have any guesses as to what some of the top films of this first or third week of 1998 were. You take yourself back to, where were you? You were a junior in high school? ? I graduated in 98.
No, I was a sophomore, I guess.
Oh, were you 2 years behind me in school?
I like the Jersey school cutoffs.
Yeah.
I think were different than yours.
Oh, got it. Yeah, no, they definitely
graduate?
were. Mm-hmm.
What year did you graduate?
98.
And I graduated 2000.
Okay.
But we are famously 1 year apart.
1 year apart, but 2 years in schooling. I can tell you that the number one film is probably one of the biggest films that hit during our high school time.
I can never remember when this came out, but is it Titanic?
It is indeed Titanic. Yeah. I don't even know when it came out because I'm sure it's been up at the top there.
It feels like it came out in 1994 and remained out through 1999. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember I saw that like a few times in the theater, and I remember one of the times it had been out for a while, and the theater was still so packed that I sat on the floor with my friends. Yeah.
God, nothing more high school than sitting on the floor of a fucking movie theater. Nice and sticky down there. They didn't go see Titanic. Like, they did. That's not a like first or third date movie for these two, I don't think.
No, and I feel like even though Oz might find Titanic like slightly below his brow, I still feel like he wouldn't find it forgettable.
Right, exactly. Well, so that's that's where I struggle with this list. So I'm going to tell you some of the top films, and you tell me, like, okay, Titanic, number one. This week in the theaters, Spice World, is up there.
Oh, fuck yeah. A masterpiece.
Right. And also, I also do not think that they went and saw Spice World. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I don't think it's forgettable. And 2, I don't think they went to see it. Good Will Hunting is number 3. That felt like a very important movie at that time. I don't think it's
I feel
forgettable.
Like he would remember that.
As good as it gets, to be honest with you, I don't really remember it, but I don't know. Fallen, I have no idea what that is. But Wag the Dog, I was like, ooh, now that's a movie they would have gone to see. Wag the Dog, I think they would have gone to see, but I don't think it's forgettable. Maybe Half Baked. That was the 8th in the ranking.
Okay, Dave Chappelle, Jim Brewer. A weed comedy, perhaps?
A weed comedy? Like, yeah, it just, I would love to know.
Let me read. Let me read you the 1-sentence summary from Netflix.
Okay.
3 ganja-smoking dimwits hatch a plot to raise bail money for their jailed friend by selling dope on the street in this uproarious comedy.
Oh, my God.
Ganja and dope in the same sentence.
Incredible. Tomorrow Never Dies is on this list, but I just can't. I'm going to put the list in the show notes, this like link to the top films, the box office list. I cannot find a film that I think that the two of them would have seen. Maybe Good Will Hunting, maybe, but I just don't know that Oz would have been like, that's forgettable. I was looking for something, I don't know, more like Fluffy. She's All That, for example, which
yeah.
To be fair, I do not find forgettable, but I thought might be like of the genre that Oz was like digging on. I don't know. You tell us.
Yeah.
Anyway, the kind of core of the cold open here, at least this piece of it, is to tell us that something's happening, but nothing's happening. Like Oz has still not kissed Willow. Willow has not kissed Oz. When is it going to happen? And
what
that's
are we waiting for?
Just going to carry us through the entire episode. The answer, of course, is only after she finds out he's a werewolf, because she's going to battle Jenny Owen Youngs for her new boyfriend, the werewolf.
Well, it seems like she doesn't want him those 3 days of the month, so we can work out a timeshare.
That's true. Oh, what a cute throuple. Little twist on non-monogamy. Is it non-monogamy if you only have him when he's a werewolf? Wow. Asking the big question.
Yeah, I mean, this is just furthers the Angel-Angelus conversation, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to just talk about Larry up here at the top?
Yeah, let's talk about Larry.
Larry's gay, you guys. And Larry, this episode, again, sometimes I get a little bit worried that I'm just saying the exact same sentences that I said, a decade ago or however long ago it was when we talked about phases the last time. But this episode is, like Jenny said, just the patriarchy jingle on repeat. But what I love is that it gives us a couple of different, slices into the patriarchy pie. We have Larry, the character who is closeted, and so therefore just hyper masculinity, the meter is off the charts. He has to be the worst version of the worst man so that no one ever suspects that he might be gay. But also we have Cain, who is simply a massive asshole because he's mad that he's straight, he's mad at women. He hates women so much. And then of course there's the actual werewolf, who is the animal, the demon beast that runs on instincts alone and is only predatory and what have you. So it's just giving us looks at all of the things that we don't like about men, really, in many different ways.
It's interesting that we have these 2 points of reference. We have Larry and Cain. And in the span of this episode, Larry has a pretty big arc, an arc with a pretty significant bend in it. Mm-hmm. But Cain is just a flat line. Yeah. The only thing that has changed for him by the end of the episode is that he has seen a woman bend a gun in half with her bare hands. So that has maybe registered as a tiny little blip that might have an impact on him and how he sees women.
I don't know. I think it's the classic, who's the Warren and who's the Jonathan and Andrew, who's the unchangeable. Cain is the unchangeable man. There are people, I talk so much in the work that I do with the queer community about the fact that you're going to have your relatives who are actually interested in listening and learning and growing, and you're going to have the ones that just are not, and they're never going to. And Cain is a never going to. Warren is a never going to. It doesn't matter how many fucking guns women bend in front of him. He hates women, and he hates women so much that he will hate women until the day he dies. There's nothing that's going to change it. This is my opinion, obviously. Larry, however, really grows. I think, the fact that the way that Larry comes out. So, to give you the Cliff's Notes in case you haven't rewatched it and you need a reminder, Larry has a dog bite on his arm in this episode. And so it's like, oh, Larry might be the werewolf. He's also to Jenny's opening, he's knocking books out of women's hands and being like, thank you, Thigh Master. And just objectifying women, grabs Buffy's ass. It's bad. He's really, really being the worst version of the patriarchy. Then Xander is trying to confront him about being the werewolf. But Larry thinks that Xander's talking about the fact that he has seen him with a guy, or something has tipped Xander.
Yeah, Xander's like, I know what you've been doing.
But one of my questions
what do we think?
What?
I mean, if Riverdale is any indication, Larry's been going to the local park/woods hookup spot.
Ooh, or the Pump, Sunnydale's hottest gay bar.
Right. Do you think they have an all ages night?
Yeah, maybe, but he wouldn't go. I think you're
no. That's
I just wanted to say
visible.
The Pump because fun callback, but no,
yes.
I think you're right. He's going to the park, or maybe in Sunnydale there's a particular cemetery. The cruising cemetery.
Dude, yes, 100%.
And instead of flagging, it's whose headstone you stand by, if you stand by this headstone, this is the kind of thing you're after. And if you stand by this headstone, that's the kind of thing you're after, kind of a vibe.
Totally.
Yeah. Anyway, he thinks that Xander knows that he is hooking up with men, hooking up, you decide. And the scene that happens in the locker room is really, I think it's really powerfully done, because it's when Larry says, if they found out that I'm gay, and then he just stops and he's like, I'm gay. He kind of whispers it to himself.
Yeah. It's really incredible to see. So Larry Bagby is the name of the actor. To see how completely his face and body change from that point, from that very moment in the episode forward. He just looks like a totally different person. It's of Tatiana Maslany proportions. The change he's able to sort of visit upon himself in this performance.
Yeah, it's really great. And this is great. We're talking about it in 2026, but this is pretty massive in 1998.
This is 18 years and 1 day ago, Kristen. Times were different.
You know what's really fucking me up lately, Jenny? And then I'll get back to Larry, is that we are about to, this year will encapsulate our 10-year anniversary as a podcast.
I know.
When we started the podcast, we had just hit Buffy's 20th anniversary. So that means that we are halfway as old as a podcast as Buffy was when we started.
Oh, this is we're closer to... We're farther away from 1996 than 1966 was when we were whatever. That thing that went around.
10 years is to have been talking about Buffy in depth for nearly 10 years is a thing. And I will cede some intrigue here in saying that Jenny and I are thinking about what we are going to do for our 10-year anniversary. So
we've got some ideas. I'm steepling my fingers below my chin right now. Trust.
Anyway, the Larry of it all in 98, to get nuance like this in a coming out moment, I think is a big deal. But also, Xander, so I'm sure that most folks listening to this coverage know that they didn't know at this point which Scooby was going to be gay, but they knew that either Willow or Xander was going to have an arc of coming out. We obviously know that it's going to be Willow, but I think that the way that Xander handles himself in the Larry of it all is very good in terms of being truthful to the character of Xander, right? Xander he's not outing Larry. He doesn't say anything to Buffy. He's not like, you will not believe what I found out, which is pretty massive and pretty important. And he's also like carrying a lot of no homo energy. He's nervous. He's sort of like, I don't want to be associated with this thing that might also like point to me as gay because I'm not gay. And that I think is very honest about like that is what how Xander would be showing up, I think, in reality. And also it adds this little layer of if we have Xander as the character that's coming out, you could look back to this and say like, oh, that was also part of the reason that he was like struggling and what have you. So I think that it's just done really well all around.
I think, yeah, I have to agree. I think it's all well done. Looking forward to seeing Larry again in the future, and so thrilled to have his toxicity sort of like contextualized and zapped away before the end of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
He's picking up books. He's being a gentleman. We love to see it.
Yeah, we do love to see it. And it seems like he's not. Oh, that actually. So it seems like he's not ashamed to do that heel turn, to use your terminology.
Well, actually, sorry, heel turn would be going good to bad.
Oh, really?
It's a wrestling thing, like to become a heel instead of a baby face. Or face for short. Okay, good guys and bad guys.
I just thought it was a turn on one's heel.
Hopefully I know, right? Hopefully I'm doing a good job. LaToya, let me know. Okay, I know LaToya will let me know.
So we'll call this a toe turn.
A 180. Why don't we call it a 180?
You don't like toe turn?
Nope.
Okay. I don't even remember what I was saying at this point, but he does a 180. Oh, that even when he does this 180, it seems like he's publicly doing it. Like he's not publicly coming out, but he is publicly not being an asshole to women in the hallways. And that's pretty big. And that reminded me, Jenny, that like another thing that I just wanted to talk about in this episode is the Cordelia and Xander of it all, because in this episode, it seems like they are publicly a couple at this point. We didn't have that like moment of decision, but they're in the parking lot together. They're standing intimately near each other at various points in this episode. So I think that they are publicly a couple, question mark?
It seems like, but yeah, it seems like things are being allowed. Maybe they haven't made an announcement, but they are announcing with their actions.
I just feel like, and you know, this is my job to maybe know, but Bewitched, Bothered, and Bewildered is next. And is that not like there has to be a moment when when it actually is public that I'm just forgetting. It's just that they seem like they're not hiding it.
By the time we get to Go Fish, it's definitely public because Cordelia's like, I'm dating a swimmer. And I'm like, Xander's wearing a Speedo.
Can't wait to get there with you, Jenny.
From the darkest corners of our imagination comes a game show that's more ridiculous than terrifying. Welcome to Tickled to Death. I'm your host, Roz Hernandez, and I'll be guiding guests through the creepy questions and chaotic games, all to win the ultimate title of Horror Movie Champion. Listen to Tickled to Death wherever you get your podcasts, and hit follow unless you want the show to follow you.
Oh, please, not that music. That music gives me nightmares from my childhood.
Could we get something a little bit lighter, some lighter music here?
Are you a fan of true crime TV shows?
And what about Unsolved Mysteries, the show that jump-started all of our love of true crime?
I'm Ellen Marsh.
And I'm Joey Taranto.
And we host I Think Not, a true crime comedy podcast covering some of the wildest stories from your favorite true crime campy TV shows all the way to Unsolved Mysteries.
Baby, you will laugh, you will cry, you'll think about true crime in a whole new way, and you'll also ask yourself, who gave these people mics?
New episodes of I Think Not are released every Wednesday with bonus episodes out every Thursday on Patreon.
And every Monday, you can listen to our True Crime Rundown, where we go over the top true crime headlines of the week.
So come and join us wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Before we get to Lover's Lane in the cold open here, there's a moment after we get the Willow Oz stuff in the cold open, we also get Willow Buffy, just so we can hear Willow saying I don't know what is going on here. He won't make the first move, blah, 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 blah. But she hits on something that's also sort of a little undercurrent in the episode because she says, I don't want to be the only one in school without a real boyfriend.
And she says it to Buffy, the only girl in school without a real boyfriend.
On so many levels. Mm-hmm. She has a vampire boyfriend, but now she doesn't because he's trying to kill all her friends and he's evil. So Angelus will show up very briefly in this episode, but impactfully, in my opinion. So looking forward to getting there.
That's not a scene that Oz would forget.
So Willow is still also, like, even though we get a lot of progress with Oz and Willow, she's still feeling upset about Xander and Cordelia, and Xander is feeling upset about Oz and Willow. So that's a whole situation.
He sure is.
Feelings, you know?
Yeah.
Goodness. So to that, the second half of our cold open is Xander talking. This is ridiculous. You're in a car with Cordelia making out on Lover's Lane and you're talking about how you're angry about Oz and Willow. I feel like
there's a time and a place.
Yeah,
maybe.
It is.
And it's definitely not this.
No, not now, not here.
The things that like really pinged for me here are Cordelia says, we came here to do things I can't tell my father about because he still thinks I'm a good girl. Regardless of how you, like, Kristen, I can imagine how you feel about the last phrase there. I just think it would be a better line and funnier if she said, we came here to do things I can't tell my father about.
Yeah, yes.
Also, this is Daddy's car. Cordelia doesn't have her own car. That seems incongruous.
But she does. Haven't we already seen the Queen C
Yeah,
license?
but she refers to it as Daddy's car.
Oh, it's this car. I just thought she was in a different car. No, the Cordelia's car doesn't have a soft top, does it? Okay, my bad. So sorry, I got confused because they're both red. They are.
Sedans.
They are.
And I just imagine Cordelia in a convertible.
Fair.
That just seems like her natural habitat, car-wise.
She'll get plenty of convertible rides when she moves over to Angel, the TV series, you know?
Uh-huh. Oh, yes.
When I just looked up, I Googled Cordelia car Queen C Buffy, and there's one of the images is like a 3-image mashup, and it's just her leg coming out of the car, and then her stepping out of the car in the Wish outfit with the maroon leather, and then her walking away in her maroon outfit. I cannot wait.
Oh, hang on. The Buffy fandom site says that it's actually a Chrysler Cirrus, not a Dodge Stratus. What are we? How
it is a Chrysler. It is the Chrysler is correct because that's what I found too. But it is not the same car. I mean, it is not a convertible.
Right.
So it is Daddy's car, and I hate that she says daddy. I just hate it. I don't like it. I know, and it fits, you know, I feel like if you ask somebody like, who's the kind of person who would still say daddy at like age 17, it would be like a rich white girl. Fine. But I just hate it.
I wanted to let you know, Kristen, that this license plate actually sold at auction via propstoreauction.com.
Oh my God.
In 2024.
Wow. How much?
It went for $1,260.
That's a fucking bargain. That's not even that much for the Queen C license plate. Oh my God. I wonder if I can get a Queen C.
And it's signed by Charisma.
Wow. I wonder if I can just get my own Queen C license plate, you know?
Yeah, you could. Maybe.
Okay, so I have something to say here, too, because Cordelia says something to Xander, and we've heard some iteration of this from her, and we'll hear it again. She says, do you even want to be here? Because when you're not babbling about poor defenseless Willow, you're raving about the all-powerful Buffy. And I just thought, like, the, like, two ends of the spectrum, right? Like the defenseless woman who needs saving, and then like the strong, powerful woman. And we're in an episode where we're examining masculinity and specifically toxic masculinity and what have you. And it reminded me, and this is not like a one-to-one, it's not apples to apples, but it reminded me of this trope that I learned about in our first run, Jenny, which is called Born Sexy Yesterday.
Yes.
And I was so excited when I learned about this years ago that I was like, what is that thing where it's like, especially in sci-fi and fantasy, where there are these characters, and Joss is specifically very guilty in having a number of them, namely Fred in Angel and River in Firefly, which we watched. They are characters who are basically childlike for some reason or another, right? With Fred, it's like she's been in the hell dimension for however long, trying to figure her way out and what have you. So she becomes like, untethered to reality and is childlike, but is also a genius and in a woman's body. And similar for River. I can't even remember what's going on with River, but there's something about a blue something. What is it? Blue fingerprints. Blue hand.
Oh,
blue.
2 by 2 hands of blue.
Yeah, 2 by 2 hands of blue. They're characters that are, for whatever reason, usually sci-fi related, are childlike and naive, but also wise and sexualized. And so it's like this embodiment of these two things in one character, and it's pretty fucked up. I'm going to link in today's show notes because the phrase was coined by Jonathan McIntosh, a YouTuber, back in 2017. And it talks about a lot of, Lilu from The Fifth Element is a big example that's talked about. And I watched the beginning of the video. There's somebody else that's talked about as well. A character from Tron, who is like really the embodiment of this like very sexy love interest, but with the mind of a child because of so on and so forth. And also, as I'm saying this, I'm using the phrasing in like the article and in the video. Mind of a child sounds like it could be walking the line of ableism as well. Like, I'm not sure that is the proper way to say that. So I just want to name that here as well. But the idea is that, like, naive and innocent, but also sexualized. Born sexy yesterday. I just love Born sexy yesterday. Just a wonderful way of encapsulating this trope. So anyway, those are my thoughts on that thing. And now we can talk about werewolves if you want. Famously,
Kristin.
Werewolves born sexy yesterday.
I just took a cruise through PropStoreAuction.com's Buffy the Vampire Slayer auction history, and I just want to let you know, incidentally, that Oz's werewolf teeth and costume also sold recently for $3,780.
What if right now I left and came back in wearing it? I was like, surprise!
I would be like, company money well spent. Actually, two sets of them sold. The other one sold for $4,158.
God, do you know, if you are out there and you know who the fuck has this costume, please, hello@bufferingcast.com. I would love to fondly stroke its lupine fur. What does lupine mean?
Yes. Also, if you're the person who bought the glove of Minagon for $8,190.
Wow.
If you're the person who bought Buffy's crossbow for $13,860.
Holy shit.
If you're the person who bought Angel's tattoo sheet. It's a sheet. I don't know if it's like something you could apply to his skin or if it's just a reference drawing, but it's Angel's like shoulder tattue for $4,410.
Wow. Do you think it's just all the same person?
That would be quite a collection.
Let's get ourselves a Buffy museum, There's an X-Files museum here in
there is.
Yeah, upstate New York.
I learned about this particular auction house from Joanna and Mallory because they hosted an episode where they talked to two guys who have a podcast about prop collecting. One of them is Ryan Condal, who is the showrunner of House of the Dragon.
Oh, wow.
And the other is a guy who worked on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Cool.
But they're both like huge prop heads, and like one of Ryan Condal has the Grail Diary, has Sean Connery's character's Grail Diary from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. They were like talking about all of the stuff that they have, and it's like very cool.
Wow, that is very
so it definitely got me like curious about what goes on PropStoreAuction.com, and you can get curious too. Thanks for listening.
Well, Jenny, what I'm really excited to report is that we're about 45 minutes into the episode and we have just
almost finished the cold open.
But to be fair,
now speaking of Joanna and Mal, that's a time check that feels familiar.
To be fair, though, we have talked about a lot past the cold open because we are tethered to no man's timeline. We do what we want, how we want.
That's right.
We were talking about Cordelia's car, and I do want to say that Cordelia is a bit of a reckless driver, which sometimes is scary.
But in this case pays off.
It does. She fucking throws back in reverse and then peels off with this werewolf on the hood of the car, on the roof of the car, and the werewolf falls off. Thank God. Thank God.
Now this is just one of the many reasons why if you're gonna get a convertible, get a hard top. Because that werewolf arm just plunges right down through the fabric. Convertibles, ragtop convertibles, the crossbow of the automotive world, question mark?
Yeah, I mean, just generally, I would want more protection above my head in a vehicle.
For real.
Like even a Jeep, you've got the
has a roll bar.
Yeah, right. Okay, so we're in the parking lot and Buffy is like examining the fucking clawed hole in the top, which really tickles me for whatever reason.
Yeah, it's like, what do you think you're gonna... Okay.
Oz is comforting Willow. This is very sweet. This is, I really see myself in Willow in this moment. She's like very upset about the poor bunnies that might be attacked by the werewolf. And Oz is like, bunnies are so much more like resourceful than you know. LaToya in her notes said, it is a crime that Oz and Anya never got to have a conversation about bunnies or a conversation at all, really. I agree.
Wow, yeah. Do they even have a scene together?
They must have something for her to say, really, for LaToya to say, not at all, really. Like, I feel like she clued us into a little something. Are you ready, Jenny, for Giles to be the biggest nerd that maybe he's been to date?
I'm ready.
He is so excited that a werewolf's a classic.
I'm sure my books and I are in for a fascinating afternoon.
He goes, we will see Giles literally dork out for the entirety of this episode. His fucking I called it a diorama, even though it's not a diorama, but this model that he makes of the moon and the earth with the light on it. It's incredible.
Don't you feel like deep inside he is actually kind of bummed to not have a girlfriend to share this with right now, since we imagine he and Jenny Calendar are not currently speaking?
It was literally what I was going to say is, where's Jenny Calendar? But right, they're in a big fight because
they're in a fight.
She didn't tell the truth. She told some lies. Seems 50-50. Seems even Stevens with him getting her possessed by Ethan.
That was an accident.
That's true.
She literally is stationed in Sunnydale by her people.
I know. It's not even. But it was an accident. But also, Jenny, it was an accident. But also, Giles did not tell the truth about Ethan Rain. So, there was some secret keeping there too. But I agree. It's not totally even.
I bumped a little bit on the idea that Giles wouldn't just know when the full moon is. Even though werewolves are not his purview, I just feel like he would know.
I agree. He's had a lot going on. Everybody's had a lot going on.
But maybe Jenny is the lunar calendar keeper of the relationship.
And Jess is the lunar calendar keeper in your relationship, I imagine.
I won't get into a whole thing.
I just assume with her astrology roots.
I know. I wish she were here because I feel like I regularly hear her say something to the effect of I should, but I don't. That's not as vital to her practice because she's usually looking at where a moon was, not where it is.
I love that. I have no idea why, but I just love the phrase. She's always looking at where a moon was. I also I do have to say, to the point of this is one of the classics, werewolves, I just feel like Giles would have already known that it's 3 nights. You know what I mean? That's
Just seems like it would have been like in Watchers Academy, like Monsters 101.
Yeah, because it's not like they discover it. Like if it was like it had never been discovered before and this is the first time they had learned it, then fine. But like he just goes and looks at his books and they basically tell him, yeah, it's 3 nights. It's the night before the full moon, and the night after the full moon that werewolves turn. And what a lot. That's a lot of transformation, you know, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. What do you think happens if a werewolf chases the sun? Like the sun never sets. It just goes, it just follows the sun. Do you think that then they will never change?
Why is it so funny to think about the sun never setting?
Another thing that's importantly established, we are past the cold open, just in case you were worried. We actually have journeyed past it.
What a relief.
They immediately say, like, no silver bullets. Yes, silver bullets are effective, but no, we will not be using them because a werewolf is a person this many days of the year. Now, what do you think the line is, Jenny? Like, do you think if there is a demon that's a person one day or of the year, of the month, do you think that if there's a demon that's a person one day out of the month and the other days they're a demon, like, where's the line? Is it 100% demon, you are killable, and then if there's even a shred of human, you're not?
I'm thinking this particular squad would be striving to preserve human life, regardless of how fleeting it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. We started with the clip, of course, of Giles nerding out. So in case you're feeling really sad that you're not getting that, you just have to go back to the beginning. It was there for you. He's nerding the fuck out.
Should we go to gym class?
Let's go to gym class. I love that they're teaching self-defense. We didn't get self-defense in gym class.
We didn't get self-defense. We got square dancing.
Yeah, we also got some version of dancing and not self-defense.
Cordelia is just so tolerant of Xander's whole thing. Man, it's pretty wild to watch her just be like, ugh.
Yeah,
you know?
she's wavering, but I imagine that part of it is that she just feels so above Xander that she doesn't feel like threatened. You know, like she's wavering. Right. That's changing, that's shifting. But I think that like what we see of her just like rolling her eyes is just like, ugh, you're like good at making out, but like Jesus Christ, you know? And as her feelings increase, her bothered by feelings will also increase.
We get a little bite chat here. Larry got 39 stitches for a dog bite? That seems very high.
Well, you know, if it goes deep enough, they've got to do the inside and the outside stitches, you know? That's how you really get up there in number with stitches.
I have to go throw up now. Kristen, never say that to me again.
So sorry. I'm just like, you know, I spent my childhood with no stitches. And then in adulthood, they said, here's a kitchen and some knives. You're a grown-up.
Yeah, I forgot.
And I said, uh-oh. Maybe you shouldn't let me near the knives.
Yeah. We first hear mention of Chekhov's Geordie's grown-up teeth.
Yo, okay. Geordie's a werewolf, right? So, he just got his grown-up teeth, so he's what? 6? How 5?
He's a little guy.
Child werewolf?
Imagine a cute little baby werewolf.
It's
but
so cute.
Also, you know that your nephew got bit by your son, who you know is a werewolf. He calls and says, "Is Geordie a werewolf?" And you're like, "Why?" And he's like, "No reason." What?
Yeah. The Osborne family needs a little help with conversation about important events that might actually impact the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, apart in gym class, at least by my count, the only other really important thing that happens, because we've talked about Larry, is that we meet Teresa, who will go through her own journey in the episode. Are you ready for Cain? I'm never ready for Cain. Lover's Lane, put it on the map. Hit the jingle, bitch.
Hell maps.
Put it on the map. Lover's Lane. This is an overlook where you take your car to make out. I think we've talked about this before, Jenny. I feel like neither you nor I had like a Lover's Lane in our high school.
I wish. I mean, not that I had any business there, but Maybe we had one, but I just don't know about it because it didn't apply to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like not that like, I mean, making out in cars was a thing that happened for sure, but like there wasn't like a place where like people went parking, you know? But Sunnydale's got one, so get it on the map. It's got to be at one of Sunnydale's highest points because the view is truly stunning. And they're there to look for this werewolf. Giles still continues to be like completely oblivious to all things teens making out. He's like, I'm just going to knock on some windows and ask if anyone's seen anything. Buffy's like, Giles, man.
Nobody's seen anything. Giles.
Cain, let's hit the patriarchy jingle for Cain right out of the gates. He sees Buffy and Giles and says, it's good to get the fruit while it's fresh. I'm going to throw up while the jingle plays. Yeah. The patriarchy! All right, so Cain's an asshole. He like collects the teeth of werewolves and sells their pelts because it's illegal to fucking get elephant tusks. Please. This is a man who is a demon all days of the month and I think should simply just be killed, you know? Get rid of him. Let's go.
On the street at night. Teresa, who we thankfully met in gym class because if this was just a random girl, wow. Is kind of scooting along. She thinks something's chasing her and she runs right into Angel, who has absolutely gone ham on the eyeliner. I like looking between these two. I'm like, who has more
seriously
defined eyes in this shot? And he uses the old, hey, don't you go to school with Buffy? Oh, the way that Boreanaz says, oh, yes, very well.
Yes, yes.
Oh, what a little shit.
I agree. You can tell that he is so much more talented at being a little shit than being a good boy.
He's so happy to be
so thrilled
doing this.
Yeah, yeah. He's twirling a flower in his fucking hands. Just like Angelus gets, 60 seconds of fucking screen time and just really does it. And it is important. I mean, I agree with you. This particular girl could have been a random girl, but they do use Teresa as a through line. You know, it's like we saw Teresa in gym class with Larry. We think Teresa is the one that got mauled by a werewolf. We don't find out that a vampire got her till later. So we think that, it's like written in so that she's part of the storyline.
Yeah.
Angelus, of course, walks her home and doesn't kill her. Turns her. Well, I mean, I guess technically that's still killing her, but turns her so that she can relay a message to Buffy later. Cool.
Meanwhile, at the Bronze, something truly fantastic is happening. Girls are girling out. Girl squad.
Cordelia looks so fucking amazing. She's got this like Tommy Hilfiger turtleneck and clips in her hair. She just looks so good. She looks so good. And they're bonding over the idiocy of Xander, and it is so delightful. It only gets more delightful.
They're just like, ugh, men.
We should listen to it. Yeah, we should listen to this clip.
I mean, with Xander, it's always Buffy did this, Willow said that, Buffy, Willow. It's like I don't even exist.
I sometimes feel like that.
And then when I call him on it, he acts all confused, like I'm the one with the problem.
His do I smell something look.
All a part of his little guy games. It's like he's there, then he's not there, and he wants it, but then he doesn't want it.
He's so busy looking around at everything he doesn't have, he doesn't even realize what he does have.
Well, he should at least realize that you have Oz.
I'm not sure I do. Oz and I are in some sort of holding pattern, except without the holding, or anything else.
What's he waiting for? What's his problem? Oh, that's right, he's a guy.
Yeah, him and Xander, guys.
What do they think they are?
A couple of guys.
A couple?
I fucking just died when Cordelia was like, it's as if I don't exist, and then leans back because you haven't been able to see who she's talking to, and it's Willow, and she's like, I sometimes feel like that. This is good.
It is. It's delightful. It's delightful. Cordelia and Willow forever, honestly. This only gets more enjoyable to me when Xander gets panicked about it. the enjoyment level.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Increases.
I was looking at the script for the scene, and the way that it is written, it just says that Cordelia is talking and you can't see who she's talking to. So, like, I'm guessing that was a directorial choice to have her, like, lean back, and then the shot includes Willow. And I just thought that was, like, great.
You know what? Sometimes you say, let's have Cordelia lean back so we can see Willow as the director. And sometimes you say, light the werewolf, all lights on, full volume, full power.
You got to be in it to win it, Kristin. You got to take risks to smack home runs. Werewolf Interruptus. This werewolf jumps straight. What are the odds? Straight down onto the table in front of Willow and Cordelia, which by my math means that he had to jump from straight down from the like catwalky balcony situation.
Yeah,
How did he get up there undetected? Do you think? You think he came in through the roof?
A werewolf tiptoeing.
I want to make sure we're on the same page. When he tiptoes, his hands do this, right?
Yes,
this isn't his feet tiptoeing.
Yeah, his toes are doing that, but his hands are doing that too.
And what's his mouth doing?
Now is when you wish podcasting was a visual medium, which it is for most podcasts at this point, but not us. We're holding strong.
That's right.
Okay, so everybody runs out of the bronze, knocking every single table and chair over as they leave. Buffy goes in and gets a chain around old Wolfie's neck, but he gets away.
He jumps through a window to flee, and then the next time we see him, he's bumping into Angelus, which just like really was extra satisfying. The other guy who's always leaping through a window to flee.
I was gonna say, do you think that they only put an Angelus scene in here because we would have thought it was Angelus as a werewolf once he jumped through the window? Detective notes: jumped through a window. Prime suspect, Angelus. Okay, Cain is a dick. This is what happens when a woman does a man's job.
It's almost unbelievable. Like, it strains credulity.
It is
it's
pure.
Just so over the top. I would love to get a look at this man's relationship with his mom.
Yeah, no, I don't think you would actually. I think you would not like to look at that. It is unadulterated. It is pure. It is, if you did this drug, you would not make it. It's just, you need to cut it with something. It's too much patriarchy for anybody. He says something that also is like a heartbeat of the episode, the season, the series. If someone dies, you're going to have to live with that, because he means because the werewolf got away, and she says, I live with that every day. And we see some of that in her when she finds out about Teresa. And it of course doesn't get better regardless of werewolf or vampire. It just like, she carries this. She carries the weight of the world. You know?
Yeah.
The war is over, and both sides lost. Kingdoms were reduced to cinders, and armies scattered like bones in the dust. Now the survivors claw to what's left of a broken world, praying the darkness chooses someone else tonight. But in the Shadow Dark, the darkness always wins. This is old school adventuring at its most cruel. Your torch ticks down in real time, and when that flame dies, something else rises to finish the job. This is a brutal rules-light nightmare with a story that emerges organically based on the decisions that the characters make. This is what it felt like to play RPGs in the 80s, and man, it is so good to be back. Join the Glass Cannon podcast as we plunge into the Shadow Dark every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com/theglasscannon, with the podcast version dropping the next day. See what everybody's talking about and join us in the dark.
The Regency era. You might know it as the time when Bridgerton takes place, or it's the time when Jane Austen wrote her books. The Regency era was also an explosive time of social change, sex scandals, and maybe the worst king in British history. Vulgar History's new season is all about the Regency era, the balls, the gowns, and all the scandal. Listen to Vulgar History Regency era wherever you get podcasts.
Oh my God. Cut to Snarl, Angelus snarls, Wolf snarls, Wolf snarls, Angelus snarls.
Oh my God. Why? It's really giving boys will be boys.
We won't see a showdown like this until Angel meets Riley in season 4.
Wow. Yes. Oh, man. Remember when Riley was like, I'm not leaving this room. And then Buffy was like, Angel, would you like to speak to me in the hallway? And they leave. And Riley's like, I'm staying right here. Oh, that's my boy.
Oh, God damn it.
I cannot wait until Riley gets here and we can make Meredith Goldstein relationship expert talk to us about it.
We should just have a whole month of like in defense of Riley. It's like Emily Nussbaum, Meredith Goldstein.
Yes.
Yeah. All the Riley sympathizers out there.
Yes.
Okay, so the wolf doesn't care about Teresa because she's already dead, I guess. And so he goes away. Or he's just, vampire is greater than werewolf. I don't know. Watch Twilight. Talk to them. Lover's Lane, we find out about Teresa's death. Well, Buffy finds out about Teresa's death on the radio. Surprising to me that Sunnydale would cover the death of a teen when we've had...
Is it surprising to you, though? This town.
No, I mean, mostly I just feel like
you're like, why would they bother? They're like, it's just another Tuesday.
Exactly. And we see Oz in the woods. I will say this. I love the werewolf costume because of how ridiculous it is. I don't hate it, but it's ridiculous. The halfway transformation makeup, I think, is really cool. Like when Oz is not quite
when he's got some mutton chops and some blacked out contacts.
Werewolf, yeah.
Yeah,
I like it. Jenny, are we bringing back even a werewolf is better than misogyny?
Do you want to?
I think we should bring it back for this episode, even if it's just a pre-order.
Limited run.
Yeah, so
pre-order, cute.
Yeah, little behind the scenes for you. We just decided in real time. It's one of my favorite designs. It's a design that we released when we did Phases the first time, and it is just this adorable little werewolf playing a guitar. It's like a line drawing, and it's a lyric from Phases. Even a werewolf is better than misogyny. It's just so cute and perfect, and I feel like a lot of people missed the opportunity. So why don't you go over to our store, bufferandcast.com, click on shop, go get yourself a werewolf shirt. It's cute.
Beautiful art by our pal, friend of the pod, Cameron Glavin.
All right. So Oz is a werewolf, and he immediately, first of all, he sits up and he goes, huh, which is
so good. This is very peak Oz.
Yeah. He goes home. He calls his aunt. We talked about it. Yes, Jordy is a child werewolf. Mm-hmm. He goes to school and he's like all fucked up, which is, even all the more powerful because Oz is so unflappable, and so like...
Yeah, totally. To see him shook up is a real thing.
Yeah. And he thinks that he killed Teresa because they all think that Teresa... At first, they think that Teresa was attacked by the werewolf. Don't worry. Xander was once a hyena. Xander was once a military man for Halloween, so he's got army knowledge. Xander was once a hyena. He's got wolf knowledge.
And this is where we get confirmation, maybe, for Buffy that he actually does remember.
Yeah. I love that. I love that continuity. I would love if later we got some of that continuity with the Xander Angelus reveal at the end of this season, Like, that takes so long for whatever. I'm not going to go off on that tangent. Instead, I'm going to tell you that Oz leaves when Willow asks him to stay and like research this. He's leaving because he is panicked. He's going to transform again, he learns. And so he's got to figure out what to do. But Willow, of course, thinks it's her. What is she doing wrong? Why doesn't he want to stay?
This is a tough episode for Willow. We know they like to make us squirm by making Willow sad.
Oh, okay. So we get the locker room scene with Larry that we already talked about. And
in which he dries his face for like 30 paces while he walks from the shower area to where he bumps into Xander.
He's exfoliating, Jenny.
Yeah, sure.
Buffy tells Willow that she should make the first move. That is how to fix the situation. That's what's going to get Willow over to Oz's house very shortly. I'd just like to give a little shout out to Willow's yellow overalls with this striped sweater. It's so good. It's such a good look, and it looks so cozy.
Oh, I had a really hard time with her sort of like red chenille sweater, red chenille hat at the top of the episode. Also in this scene, Willow is doing research trying to find people who, quote, match the werewolf profile. And she's like, one student does keep coming up. Trouble with authority, getting in fights. And Buffy's like, whoa.
Very cute. So at the funeral home, it wasn't a werewolf. It was a vampire. We've talked already in this run about like what Buffy's job is. She sitting at the cemetery waiting for the recently deceased to rise? Is she? And in this case, this is more data for this query. Teresa is risen as a vampire while she's still in the funeral home. So, like, did they delay Teresa's funeral by a day or two? Were they waiting for folks from out of town? Like, what's going on with this? And does the funeral director get replaced all the time because vampires are turning in the funeral home? Like, I need a little bit more information.
Yeah, I too would like some more info.
I don't know what episode it is, but when Teresa got out of the coffin, I was like, oh my God, this is when Buffy has to hide in the coffin, because that's also something that happens in this series, but it's not this episode. I know there's an episode where she has to hide inside of a coffin. I think it might be like season 6. It's because it's a darker time. I'm pretty sure. And it's like more close to when she has dug herself out of her own grave. Anyway, Angel sends his love, says Teresa. Right before Xander stakes her with a stake of convenience. And Jenny, this is the first intentional staking by Xander. He killed Jesse.
Oh, wow.
But that was an accident, like he was sort of like holding the stake and then Jesse got like pushed into the stake and what have you. But this is, it's a big moment for Xander. And he does a great job. A good dusting.
And we get this in the credits moving forward after this season.
Yeah. Xander and Buffy kind of have a little moment here. I kind of wonder, like, the writers still don't exactly know where they're going with all of this. So, like, seeding, because this seems like a genuine moment that Buffy has with Xander where they, like, hug, but she's like, is there something more here?
Yeah. Well, we never see it again.
Thankfully, honestly. I don't even like what we do see. So I'm glad we at least don't get this.
Rob Desautels and Dean Vitale were like, what if? And everyone else was like, absolutely not.
Cain's making bullets in his van. Honestly, it looks really satisfying.
First of all, I read some reports that this would take much. It would take a very long time for him to be able to be smelting silver. But also, it can't be safe to be doing this in an enclosed, unventilated space, right?
No, but he's a man, Jenny. He can handle anything.
I know, but I'm just thinking of Walter White in his underwear cooking up some meth,
Yeah. No, it can't be safe. Also, could you tell me what you mean by I was reading some reports? Because I just feel like...
I think what happened is that I was reading the Buffy fandom wiki page for this episode.
I was reading some reports. She said.
It felt more aerodynamic to say I was reading some reports.
Okay.
What the fuck kind of reports? Oh, I also should tell you, there is, speaking of Cain, there is a bounty hunter on the season of Survivor I'm currently watching.
Like, that's what he does for his life?
That's what he does for his life.
Wow. Okay. We should wrap this episode up so Jenny can get back to reading all of her reports.
I have a lot of reports to read. These reports aren't going to read themselves, Kristen.
Okay, so at Oz's house, Willow is...
It's tough. It's tough. Oh, here you are. Busy, I see.
Oh, she's like so mad and so righteous and so like, I'm going to be the strong woman in this situation.
I know. Whenever Willow goes into this mode, you know that it's not going to end well. Like, she's not going to accomplish what she wants to accomplish. Something's going to undercut her.
He says, Oz is like, please, you have to go. You have to go. I'm going through some changes. And Willow's like, oh, you're a special boy. You're a special boy with, and then she clocks the fucking manacles on the table and is like, chains and stuff. Now, Jenny, I have done a little bit. It's very rare for me to be ahead of any curve, especially these days. But I was taking my notes and I thought, whoa, this would be a really fun thing to ask the listenership about, because we never find out why Oz has manacles, or like, did he get these manacles? You know, Amazon Prime was not a thing at this point. These manacles are coming out of a box that looked like they were in the Osborne basement. Like, what has happened
I love
here?
the idea that by now there could be Amazon Basics versions of manacles. Like, most purchased, most recommended, the Amazon Basics manacles.
Not returned frequently. Okay, so I'm going to miss some great ones because there's so I made a thread on our Discord. We have a Patreon and all of our patrons are in a Discord, and it's a delightful place. The wonders never cease. So I made a thread called Why Does Oz or Oz's Family Have Manacles? Discuss. Jacob Morley Halloween costume. Thank you, Sir Pez. Lent to him by his aunt after the cousin bite. This was part of the conversation that maybe there's a family understanding. Maybe, what's his face? Jordy is not the only Osborne werewolf. Maybe this is something that's going on. Ashley, does your family not have manacles, Kristin? So sorry, I didn't realize. Are we sure he didn't buy them used at an antique store? Maybe one of his parents is a history professor with a specialization in Middle Ages weaponry and dungeon gear. Adam is telling me not to kink shame. So sorry, Adam. I did not mean to kink shame. It's not my intention.
It's not shame. It's just why?
I would like to know, is kink the reason? Kink is a viable answer? Of course.
This is a kink investigation, not a shaming.
Kennedy, they host haunted houses every Halloween at the Osborne house. They wouldn't want to be caught dead skimping on the decorations. Or, and I love this second theory, also from Kennedy, Oz bought the manacles to record some experimental sounds for the next Dingoes Ate My Baby record.
Ooh, yeah, nice.
Brings me back to one time when I went to meet Jenny after recording some song at Dan's house. Your what do you call him? Producer?
Uh-huh.
Okay, sure. Dan, your producer. And he was, you guys were shaking packs of gum next to the microphone to find out what that sound would sound like. Was it used?
So this is actually a story about Ingrid Michaelson.
Oh, but you were there and I was there?
I guess so.
You were
but
there
it did get
and
used.
I was there.
Yep. And the gum was there and Ingrid was there and Dan was there.
Okay, well, somewhere there might be an Ingrid Michaelson record with the sound of gum wrapped in its package being shaken back and forth. And it was just a moment for me because I was like, wow, musicians are crazy.
What?
You know? Like, in
cool
a good
sounds
way.
are cool sounds.
No, I know. That's what I mean. Like, I just didn't understand that, like, something like that could be done. All right, a couple more incorrect tact on Discord. He actually got them from Willie the Snitch. Dingoes played a gig at Willie's bar a while back, and it seemed to be full of the kinds of people who might have all manner of weird stuff. So Oz asked him. I love that side story. Willie has like a competition with the. Did you bring a shaker into the podcast? Beautiful. Now we'll get a pack of gum.
Well, but did you see what the shaker looks like?
Oh, it's an apple.
That's right.
It's an apple that Jenny left on her desk until it dried out completely, leaving only the seeds inside.
That's how it works.
Okay, I'm going to give one final theory. This is from Banner Smash. It's the newcomers club. When families move into a neighborhood, neighbors often deliver brownies, flowers, etc. to welcome them. In Sunnydale, everyone gets a box that includes some useful tools. They laugh like the manacles are a joke, but they know deep inside that they might be necessary.
Oh my God.
So, anyway, Oz has manacles. Thank you, everyone, for sharing your theories.
I love that everyone was just ready to jump on that with a really broad array.
Oh, ready to go. Okay, so Oz is a werewolf, and in the final act of this television episode, we're going to see, you know what, Willow? Amazing job jumping over this fence.
I was really impressed that she went for it. I was like, whoa, she's going to do that? And then she does it.
And she fucking does it. Then she's running through the woods, and I don't know. I maybe sometimes I just say things because I can, because there's spoilers, but there's something about the side-by-side of Willow running through the woods away from a werewolf in her yellow overalls and striped sweater and little sneakers, set next to Willow in season 6 running through the woods towards Warren. That, like, talk about the difference of all the ages. Like, it's just the
Is
distance.
she running in season 6, or is she sort of like walking
She's
unrelentingly?
Yes, you're right.
And in the most terrifying sort of Terminator-esque way.
You're right. She is. She's walking very slowly with her power. And I mean, obviously there's a lot to be said about that version of Willow. It's not necessarily the like peak of Willow's growth per se, but it's just, you know, these characters go through so much and change so much, and these actors deliver such nuanced performances like every step of the way that I just thought, wow, like what a different thing Allison Hannigan is going to be giving us in a few years.
You know, people in Sunnydale get around different ways at different speeds for different reasons. One of my favorite movement-oriented choices in this episode is Cain is driving his van, and he hears a howl and then whips the wheel in the direction of that howl.
I mean, this is California. This could be
it could be anything.
Could be a dog.
Also,
could be
if you're like driving, your like windows open or whatever, you hear something from the left. It's because like your window is open. You know what I mean? That's like the clearest path the sound has to. Like I
mean, you read all those
visibility.
reports on how sound.
I did read a lot of reports about how sound travels. Totally.
So Giles has a trank gun. Cain has a kill you gun. Right. And
totally.
So, yeah, we see Cain gets to Oz first. Willow has gotten away and has gotten back to the library to be like, it's Oz. Giles starts a question and Willow is like, shut the fuck up and just trust me. It's fucking Oz. Let's go. So they all go back to the woods just in time because as Cain like gets his finger on the fucking trigger, and don't worry, because Bruce Seth Green said, hold on. Give us a reaction shot of the wolf when he hears the gun click. Oh, Buffy gets there, kicks Cain to the side. Willow winds up having to grab the trank gun and shoots Oz. Does it. Okay, great episode for our Scoobies. They're really both excelling, Xander and Willow.
They're taking care of business.
I already said it, but like I just looked at my notes and in all caps, how possibly was the choice made to continue to give reaction shots to the werewolf?
Oh, man.
Okay.
And then Cain's like, this town, no one's man enough to kill the monsters. And Buffy's like, what if I take your, quote, gun, end quote, and tie it in a little pretzel?
Get out of here, Cain. So LaToya actually had a note about Cain, because Cain leaves with his tail between his legs and his dick tied in a knot, etc. Jesus. Well, somebody's got to say it. Jack Conley is this actor's name. And so LaToya is sort of thinking about Homecoming and is saying, I imagine that one of two things happened for Homecoming. Either this actor was unavailable, so instead we get this new hunter character, Frawley, as a part of Slayer Fest. Or Frawley exists in Homecoming because if it had been Cain, Rob DeHotel, and Dean Batali, who were no longer part of the writer's room in season 3, would have gotten residuals for creating the character.
Right.
Actually, it's possible that both things happened. What do we think? I don't know. I think LaToya is really smart, so I think both of these are good theories.
I always defer to LaToya's expertise in these matters.
Yeah. Famously, we think what LaToya thinks. So.
Yes. Joyfully and with fervor.
Yeah, so back to you, LaToya. All right, so, Larry thanks Xander for helping him get to his more grown-up and self-honest self. That's good, right? The sentence that I said? That's a
really
good.
Good.
Yeah,
really good.
Really great.
Xander's talking smack on, what's Willow and Oz's ship name? Waz? Alo?
No, Waz. What's up,
Wow, yes. and he's all like, it's never gonna work if it was up to me. And Buffy's like, but it's not, sweetie.
The alternate patriarchy jingle is this line from Buffy: Xander, pause, it's not up to you. But we're not going to give you that clip. Instead, we're going to give you a part of the end of the episode, which is when Oz and Willow are talking about how could they possibly go on? How could they possibly still be in a relationship? Oz is a werewolf.
Maybe it'd be best if I just sort of...
What?
Well, like, stayed out of your way for a while.
I don't know. I'm kind of okay with you being in my way.
You mean you'd still...
Well, I like you. You're nice, and you're funny, and you don't smoke. Yeah, okay, werewolf, but that's not all the time. I mean, 3 days out of the month, I'm not much fun to be around either.
You are quite the human.
So, I'd still if you'd still.
I'd still. I'd very still.
Okay. No biting now.
Agreed. A werewolf in love.
A werewolf in love! I remember taking this to task, 9 years ago or whatever. It is still so funny. Such a funny little choice. But also the only person in this show who could try even to pull it off is definitely Oz.
I agree. In my memory, I knew the line was coming, obviously, but my mind had made it that he says the line and then the sort of fade out is the circle that closes on Oz. I had just built it up in my mind as this very ridiculous ending. But wow, Oz and Willow, they're in love. They're getting what could go wrong? Nothing could go wrong.
That's called a circle wipe, by the way. I just want to let you know.
Thank you so much.
Just bringing some filmmaking expertise.
Jenny said, hold on, I have a report for that.
I read some reports about it. Actually, all of my filmmaking lingo I'm picking up from re-listening to Xena Warrior podcast.
Oh, nice. I'm glad you're going to re-listen.
They know a lot.
Yeah, well, somebody wrote to us and said that they remember when you wrecked Xena Warrior podcast back in the day. And is it holding up? You're loving it for a second go?
I'm loving it for a second go.
Amazing.
I'm rewatching the show right now, so I And I couldn't possibly do that without listening to strangers talk about it for 1 to 2 hours per episode.
That's how everyone in the world feels about Buffy, that they need to come back and listen to us talk about it, not once, but twice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, Jenny, just in case anyone has no idea who you are.
Good people of the pod, listen to me and listen well. My name is Jenny Owen Youngs, and when I am not making this podcast with Kristin, I'm writing songs and playing shows. In fact, I just announced a few shows in the Northeast-ish coming up in May. I'll be playing at the Dave Hawes-helmed festival, Sing Us Home, in Philadelphia.
Fun.
And then I'll be playing in beautiful New Haven, Connecticut, and my next to hometown, Portsmouth, New Hampshire. All of that's happening in May. You can find more info at jennyowenyoungs.com/tour. And you can find me on socials, kind of, although, like, what's really on socials at this point? At Jenny Owen Youngs.
What is on socials except for, like,
you know what is on socials?
Marcus and Robert.
Are amazing. Marcus and Robert and our amazing little music videos that Addie has been creating for each of our songs as we go. Phases will be no exception. So check out the Buffering Instagram for that forthcoming video. And I'm not supposed to talk about Buffering socials before you talk about
we can do whatever we want. Tell them about Buffering socials.
Yeah, Buffering's on socials at BufferingCast, and you can always email us at hello@bufferingcast.com, and you can always find my good friend Kristin Russo on the internet at Kristin Nolene.
Wow, great. Because just do it all. Take it home, Jenny. How can they support us?
Support us. We desperately need your support. How can you do that? I'll tell you, there are a few ways that sort of like ascend in cost. Starting at free.
I love things that ascend in cost. It's my favorite thing.
Okay, starting at $0. For $0, you can tell your friends about us. For $0, you can rate and review the podcast on your podcast listening place of choice, whether you listen on Apple Podcasts or the zillion other places podcasts live. Rate and review us, and please 5 stars and glowing reviews, especially of Jenny.
Yes. Here's a sample review for you. 5 stars. I loved the podcast from the beginning, but it was when Jenny Owen Youngs began reading reports that I really took a shine to it.
The standards of our journalism are unparalleled. Moving up in cost, you can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/bufferingcast. We do all kinds of cool stuff over there. Book clubs, group watches, this and that.
Book club. Actually, book club's coming up in February. First book of the year is Of Monsters and Mainframes. This is a book by Barbara Truelove. The one-liner on Goodreads: spaceships aren't programmed to seek revenge, but for Dracula, Demeter will make an exception.
Holy shit!
Go! It's got 4.09 stars from 9,080 ratings. It's
wow.
It looks like it's going to be a real jaunt. I'm excited.
We've also got patron exclusive Facebook group and Discord action, and there's always fun stuff going on over there. If you want to support us in a way that also ensconces your torso or is inserted into your CD player or affixes to your denim jacket, we've got all kinds of very cool merch in our merch store. Shirts, hoodies, pins, CDs, hats, clippings of my hair, and you can find all that at bufferingcast.com, and just go ahead and click on shop.
Absolutely not.
Why can't I sell clippings of my hair?
No. Jenny, people can do crazy shit with your hair. You'll have all sorts of magics.
Yeah, they could do like a spell. If I send you my hair, will you do a money spell? That's another way you can support the podcast.
Yes. Use your money to buy Jenny's hair to then make Jenny more money.
No. If you're going to do a money spell, I'll send you some hair for free.
Oh, God. Who made this podcast?
Great.
It wasn't me. I didn't do it.
Well, actually, this episode was produced by Kristin Russo, Jenny Owen Youngs, and LaToya Ferguson. with help from our consultant, Mackenzie McDade. It was edited by Kristin Russo. Until next time, more than ever now, woo!
There's a werewolf down on Lover's Lane. There's a werewolf hiding in the evergreens. There's a werewolf walking on hind feet. But even a werewolf's better than misogyny. 'Cause Larry grabbed me inappropriately, so you know we had to get thrown. It's enough to make a girl wanna go. Ooh, ooh, Oz is a werewolf, much to his surprise. Oz is a werewolf, and he hopes that no one dies. Oz is a werewolf mainly 'cause the moon is full. But even a werewolf is more respectable than Cain, is such an asshole, and he's lucky that I have a moral code. It's enough to make a girl wanna go. Ooh,
song.
I wish we had, at some point, if we ever do live shows that include music, we should really do like some proper recordings of a couple of the songs that have audience participation, because this song, Jenny almost always does phases if there's
playing phases.
Yeah, it's so delightful, and
especially if Joanna Robinson's around.
Always if Joanna's there, but like it's just so delightful because I think since the jump, you like pause and you tell the audience where to sing, and they do the awoos with you, and I hear it. Like when I hear the song now, I hear everyone doing the awoos with you together.
Nice. Yeah, it's a great one for singing along because the chorus is just one word and it's a fun little melody. When we did this song, I wanted to make it sort of like a Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young style recording, which is why there are like multiple guitars and then a bunch of harmonies. I wonder if part of that was inspired by Cain's outfit.
Wow. Or it's like what you were, I think a lot of times too, it was what you were listening to. I mean, maybe not this one, but I know that a few times like you would get really into like a particular artist and then be like, oh, this is a fun thing I could like explore for this particular buffering song.
Yeah, I'm just looking at his turtleneck, suede jacket, and wolf tooth necklace.
Good God.
It's really giving Laurel Canyon, 1971.
So I don't know if this has a name, but the like part in the song that's like
that's the pre-chorus, Kristin.
Well, no, I mean I didn't mean like what part of the song it is. I more mean like what happens to the melody there, because it like shifts from the surrounding melody, and it just does a very fun thing.
Oh, right. Like it's like a much quicker, tighter phrasing, a lot more syllables packed into the same amount of space.
Yeah, it's so satisfying to me. Whatever that is, I like it.
Oh, thanks. It's songwriting.
It's songwriting.
I read some reports about how to write a song.
It's funny.
And then I applied them directly.
It's funny about those reports. They could take you far in your career.
No doubt.
For 8 years, we've been asking the same question over and over again. How did this happen? My name's Mandy.
And I'm Melissa, and we're the hosts of Moms and Mysteries, the true crime podcast with over 55 million downloads.
We're two Florida moms who are obsessed with mysteries. Each week, we do deep dives into fascinating true crime stories.
We cover everything from infamous cases like Casey Anthony
to the bizarre and complex crimes right here in our home state, like the shocking murder of FSU professor Dan Markell.
We bring you the facts, but with warmth and wit you'd only get from two friends who have been hooked on mysteries since childhood.
Join us for new episodes of Moms and Mysteries every Tuesday and Thursday.
Listen to Moms and Mysteries on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast.
If Bravo drama, pop culture chaos, and honest takes are your love language, you'll want All About TRH podcast in your feed. Hosted by Roxanne and Chantel, this show breaks down Real Housewives reality TV and the moments everyone's group chat is arguing about.
Roxanne's been spilling Bravo tea since 2010, and yes, we've interviewed Housewives royalty like Countess Luann and Teresa Giudice. Smart recaps, insider energy, and zero fluff. Listen to All About TRH podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen. New episodes weekly.